Warning, this podcast contains coarse language and graphic content. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, this is Jessie
And April.
and this is Murder and Things, a true crime podcast. How are you?
Marvellous.
That's wonderful. Yes. How was your day today?
Fantabulous.
I can see it. Yeah, I'm loving it. So, I hope everyone's had a wonderful week this week. It is a Friday afternoon when we're recording this. Usually it's a Saturday night. A little bit early, but that's cool.
We're trying to be organised and efficient adults.
Yeah, probably won't happen next week though. Bear with us.
Probably fucking not.
So, this week we're going to France.
Oui, oui.
Oui, indeed. I was like, ha. I don't
Yes. Subtitles, laughs in French.
I apologize now for my really bad pronunciation of French names. Yeah, my bad.
You did really well in your practice, though.
I did, but watch me fuck up now.
Yeah, I was going to say you're going to crash and burn down in flames with the recording.
Oh, my God, it's going to be so bad.
Just point and I will pronounce it. I'll mouth it at you.
I'll just get Suri, like, fuck it. I don't know. So I went through it so many times, like speech in high school in front of the other half. And he's like, you're doing great, babe. You sound amazing. And I'm like, yeah, but wait, I will fuck it up later. And he's like, you won't. I have faith. I'm like, oh, I'm glad someone does.
Well, yeah.
All right. This week we're going to talk about the Papin Sisters. Now, for y'all at home, it's Papin like Poppin, but Papin. Okay? There was 3 Papin sisters. They all lived an awful life. Like, I wouldn't wish their lives and what they went through on anybody. The oldest sister, Amelia, was born in March 1902. The middle sister, Christine, was born on the 8th of March 1905, and the youngest, Leah, was born on the 15th of September 1911. Their parents, straight up evil people. Like, fuck them. Like, straight fuck them.
Wow.
Their father, Gustave, was an abusive drunk and he would sexually assault them. And when Amelia was 9 or 10, he raped her. Their mother, Clemence, was a total bitch and she just didn't care for the girls at all.
Wow.
She would give them off to anybody that, other family members, anybody that wanted them. She would just palm them off. And after poor Amelia was raped, she got sent to the Bon Pasture Catholic orphanage, and soon after, she was joined by her sisters. Clemence insisted that the girls stayed at the orphanage until the age of 15 when they could take up work. In 1918, Amelia decided to become a nun, and she ended her relationship with her family and lived her life at the orphanage. Which I honestly do not blame her considering.
No, fuck that.
Christine also heard the calling of becoming a nun, but her mother forbidden it, instead getting her a job.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, like, damn, girl. Christine was described as a hard worker, a good cook, but would misbehave at times. She's like, I don't know, like 15 or something.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, what do you expect a teen to do? Leah was also described as quiet, introverted, and obedient, but was considered less intelligent than Christine. The sisters both worked as maids in various Lemos homes. In 1926, the sisters ended up getting a job together as living maids at a mansion for a Mr. René Lancelin and his wife Leonie and their daughter Genevieve. Now, the girls had it pretty alright financially as they got paid a wage and they actually ended up getting insurance while working for them, which was a big deal back then. And Leonie was pretty cool considering when she found out the girls were pretty much handing over their checks to their mum every week and going broke. She, lost her shit, told their mum to, jump a bridge,
Jog on,
and told them to not do that anymore, or she was going to take their checks and keep it for them.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty good.
That's all right.
But the girls were subject to some pretty harsh working conditions, like being forced to work 14 hours a day and only having like one day off a week, and sometimes even less than 1 day, which is pretty shitty. The wife was very particular and often grew upset with the girls with a lot of things, like, you know, being
Not folding properly.
Yeah, like I feel like she was one of those that would wear like the white glove and like run their fingers along everything. So if it wasn't perfection, like you would know about it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, well, you know, you're living there, so.
Yeah.
And like he was a retired solicitor, the husband.
Ooh.
So it was pretty like, they were pretty up there.
Okay.
And it's also reported that the wife would pinch the sisters, like, if they fucked up. And were subject to a small form of, like, verbal abuse and stuff like that whenever they didn't do exactly what she had asked them. The sisters kept to themselves and appeared to have no interest in anyone else but each other. Just like, fuck everybody.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah, I kind of get that. Like, you know, Leonie developed depression and the girls became the target of her mental illness.
Oh, no.
Yeah. The abuse worsened at this point, and she would even slam their heads against the walls, and the verbal abuse became, like, really bad. It's pretty fucked up.
Jesus.
Yeah. All right. Are you ready for the murder?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yes. Yes, bitch, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so on February the 2nd, 1993.
93, huh?
No, 1933.
Okay.
Rene, hubby, was meant to meet his wife and daughter for a dinner at his brother-in-law's.
Okay.
Leonie and Genevieve had spent the day shopping.
Yes, you
that
do.
life. When they returned home in the afternoon to drop their shopping off, the house was dark. Like, there was no lights on, there was nothing.
Okay.
They were like, she was straight up like, what the fuck? And the sisters then tried to explain that the reason why the power was out was caused by a faulty iron at the time. Leonie was like, fuck no, that is not, I don't give a fuck. Like, why couldn't you guys do anything? She became enraged and decided to attack the sisters.
Oh, dear.
Oh, yes. So, this is, she tried to attack them on the first floor. So they have like a three-story,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, 2-story with an attic.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Is it still classed as 3 stories if it's got a basement?
like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I want a basement. When I have a house, I want a basement.
Remember Bam's basement?
That was cool.
Anyway.
So faulty cord. Leonie was like, what the fuck? She became enraged and attacked the sisters on the first floor landing.
Okay.
Christine, middle sister, lunged at Genevieve and gouged her eyes out.
Jesus.
Leah joined in the fight and attacked Leonie and gouged her eyes out.
What is with the gouging?
I don't know.
Do they have spoons or are they doing it with their fingers?
Oh, you'll find out, bitch.
Ugh.
Indeed. She gouged Leonie's eyes out and was ordered to by Christine. Christine then ran downstairs to the kitchen and grabbed a knife and a hammer, ran back upstairs where the sisters continued their attack. At one point, one of the sisters then grabbed a heavy, like, metal pitcher thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know the ones? And hit them both in the head with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, done fucked them right up.
Not a fun cushion?
Hell no. It's reported that the responders at the scene estimated the attack had lasted about 2 hours.
Holy fuck.
Like, in saying that, it's a fairly upper class, like, where were the neighbours? There's no way that they didn't live.
Well, how big was the house?
Well, it's a mansion.
Well, you might not have been able to hear the screams. There's a lot of space to fill.
I know, but there's always windows.
There's the screams of a dying person.
Jesus.
I know, that's fucked up. But, like, honestly.
Yeah, I know, but like still, I don't know.
I mean, don't they say scream fire instead of rape because then people will come out for a fire, but
women
don't
girls,
get involved.
Scream fire.
A woman hears the word scream, someone screaming out rape, they're there straight away. Blokes fucking don't. They're going to yell out fire.
Yell out fire, y'all.
I think I see Bigfoot.
Oh my God.
It's Bigfoot.
It's Chewbacca.
That's the shit. That's it. Anyhow, moving right along.
So, sometime after this...
2 fucking hours.
Yeah, and like Renee's like, oh, I should probably go home because my family have not arrived.
Meanwhile, he's probably like, thank fuck, it's so peaceful.
Yeah.
Get on the drink.
So sometime
on the champers.
Yeah, true.
With his brother-in-law.
So
raging out in the parlour. I don't know what other old-timey things are there. Having a cigar in the cigar room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Butler's pantry. I don't know.
Maybe. No, I reckon that's where I want a butler's pantry.
Yeah, they're pretty freaking cool.
That's where the work goes to fucking bitch about the people they work for. These motherfuckers with a fag hanging out their mouth.
That's right. So some time had passed and Renee arrived back at the house. Like he's gone home to be like, where my bitch is at. Mm-hmm. And found the house in complete darkness and all the doors and windows were bolted from the inside. And he's all like, the fuck? And the only light that he could see was a single candle in the attic window. So
that's creepy.
That's what I mean.
That's a little like...
So he was like, okay, I can't get in. What the fuck? So then he returns back to his brother-in-law's place. They ring the police. They get help. They all go back. So he returns with his brother-in-law and about several other police officers.
So he was smart to not go in there by himself.
Indeed.
Fair enough.
I'm glad he didn't. So they return to the house. They bang on all the doors. The police then force open one of the windows and they all go in.
Okay.
Yeah. So as they make their way up the stairs, they check the lights and realise the lights aren't working. Okay. So the only form of light they have are by their torches.
Okay. This is the 30s and they do have torches. Mm-hmm. Right.
So as the men crept up the stairs...
Oh, God.
They found the horror scene. Ugh. They found the bodies of Leonie and Genevieve. Their bodies had been so badly bludgeoned and stabbed to the point that they were unrecognisable.
Holy fuck.
Oh, yeah.
That's why it took 2 hours.
Bitches went hard.
That's cray-cray.
Leonie's eyes were gouged out and placed in a folded scarf around her neck.
What the fuck does that symbolise?
I don't know.
Crazy cakes.
Yeah. Bitches be crazy. Like, damn. And one of Genevieve's eyes were found under her body and the other one was on the step staring at them. So when they flashed their lights,
that's creepy as shit.
Like, I see you, motherfucker.
Oh.
Yeah, like, what's with that?
Why the eyes?
I don't know. I'm like I don't know, what are they, the windows to the soul? Like, don't look at me.
It's just the dog getting comfortable.
I love his hammock, by the way.
It's fantastic.
He looks so precious. Anyway.
So beautiful.
Yeah, they found them looking back at them on the stairs. And so the police, Renee, and of course the brother-in-law were like, oh my God, the sisters must have met the same fate. As you would.
As you would. You wouldn't think it was them.
So they've continued up the stairs to the attic, which, remember, is their room.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so they live in the attic and there's one candle in the attic window.
Yeah, that's right. So they're already upstairs.
Creepy shit. Mm-hmm. Why am I thinking of Amityville Horror now?
Yeah, no, I can
Did
see.
There was an attic thing with that?
I feel like yes. I feel we need to watch this.
No, I really don't want to.
Well, I'm going to watch this.
And the kid walked on the roof out of the attic window or something. Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, don't do that shit.
Or don't. That's the dog.
What?
He's looking at us so pathetic like.
What? You're in your hammock with your blankie. What's wrong?
Big American Staffy.
Oh, I've had you.
He is the biggest sook. He's such a teddy bear. It's not funny.
You don't try and bite me. Your bat-like fucking features. Go back over there. All right, continue.
Anyway. He's throwing a tantrum, so you're going to hear this. Once they reach their room, they realise the door is locked, but from the inside. So one of the officers knocks, does all the things. There's no response. So they kick the door in.
As you would.
As you would. to find the sisters naked in bed together with the murder weapons covered in blood and hair still clinging to them, right? On a chair next to them in bed. Yeah. Like, what the fuck? They immediately confessed the second they were taken for questioning. So the sisters were placed in prison, but they were separated from each other. Christine became very distressed because she couldn't see Leah. And at one point, the authorities gave in to her to let her see her sister. She threw herself at her and spoke to her in ways that suggested a sexual relationship. Okay, so here's a theory, right? I've read this a couple times. So one of the reasons why Leonie was so mad and hard on the girls was because she walked in on them.
Doing weird shit.
Doing things we must not speak of because that is some nasty shit.
Ew.
That's one theory, which would make sense because, like, straight up maids are hard to keep as well as hard to find, like, good, trustworthy maids. Living in, like, Leonie being such a hard person as a boss, she's probably like, I will look the other way for this if you do your fucking jobs. Like, ew, but I need my shit cleaned. I don't know. I would be like, and get the fuck out of my house. But that's me. That's just me. I don't know. You do you, boo, but whatever. But that's a theory, which would make sense. But that's a theory. So anyways, so in July of 1933, Christine experienced some kind of like fit or episode where she tried to gouge her own eyes out and they had to put a straitjacket on her.
Oh.
No. She then made a statement to the investigating magistrate. And she said, on the day of the murders, I experienced an episode like the one I just had in prison. And this is what started the murders. Yeah. Bitch is crazy. Okay. She is straight crazy. Now, the court appointed 3 separate doctors to give the sisters a psychological evaluations to determine their mental state. Yeah. They concluded that they were mentally fit and deemed them sane to stand trial. They also believed that Christine's affection for her sister was based on on family ties and not the incest relationship that was suggested. Which is pretty good. Like, thank God for that one. But you just don't know.
Well, and I mean, the other thing too is you got to think about, it's very proper. You know, there's some people out there like, I give you a hug and a kiss on the head when I see you, and Joel gives us all hugs and kisses too. Some people aren't like that.
No,
so if you've got a little sister that you've kind of mothered growing up, because let's face it, Clemens was a bitch.
Yeah, she was
and there was no one else around, and it sounds like the older sister really couldn't give 2 fucks, and then the 2 younger ones were kind of together. Because there's like, 5 or 6 years difference between the middle and the youngest.
Like, I just want to take note as well that when these murders happened, the girls were in their early 20s.
Yeah, so like, you know.
They were still babies.
They were still young. And
one was 21, the other one was like 25 or something.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, like, it's not, you know, so Clement, what's her name? What's the mother?
Yeah, you're right, Clemens.
No, the mother of Genevieve.
Oh, Leonie.
Leonie walks in and maybe fucking they're hugging or whatever, or, you know, some people don't like the touchy.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like
I show no affection, so you're not allowed to, and it's weird.
Yeah, like, what do you know? But like, same time, there's always that, like, that's more than a hug, and why are you guys under the blanket like that?
Yeah, I'll put that down to just crazy cakes.
Yeah, that's straight crazy.
And then the youngest one just doing whatever she's told, because they already come from a fucked up home as it is.
Hell yeah. So yeah, there was that.
Okay.
The sisters then went on trial in the September of 1933. There was crowds gathered outside the courthouse, and the police were obviously brought in to, like, control that shit. And during the trial, the sisters stated that there was an argument that started between Christine and Leonie, and Lee then joined in. Christine yelled at her to tear her eyes out in reference to Leonie and Genevieve. And Genevieve sadly got the same treatment as her mom. And then Christine went on about how she went downstairs to the kitchen and grabbed the weapons and then came back up and they continued to finish off the women. The blow and hacks were so bad, it almost like messed up their faces. Like it was really bad, like really bad. Well, they were like unrecognizable, you know?
Yeah.
And they gouged their eyes out using just their fingers.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Hell yeah, that's messed up. Like
Straight a spoon.
like ice cream scoop.
Yeah.
Melon baller.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's efficient.
True. And it's the right shape. And then a medical testimony given at the trial was that Christine, who was of average intelligence, was the dominant person in their relationship. Leah, who was of lower intelligence, had been dominated to the point that her personality had virtually disappeared into Christine's.
Wow, so she was like really submissive towards her older sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, snap.
And, you know, there's a history of mental illness in the family. Like, firstly, her dad was fucked up. Her mum did not care. And there's reports that their uncle committed suicide.
So there's a whole range of crazy.
There's a whole range of crazy. And
which is sad because mental illness isn't something to fuck about with.
No. The sisters were found guilty, obviously.
Well, yeah.
And Christine got sentenced to death, considering, like, she's the crazy one. And Leah was given a sentence of 10 years imprisonment because she had been so dominated by Christine.
Where's Amelia in all this?
She a nun. She went bye-bye.
Oh, that's right. She's a nun. I forgot about that.
She done, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
So Christine's death sentence that later got commuted to life in prison.
Oh.
Which was common in cases for women back then. Like, it was like, don't kill the women, just put them in jail. They're crazy. Let's put them away. It's like, fuck it, kill them. I don't care. Oh, that's really messed up, but I just don't care. Like, while in prison, she showed acute signs of madness and a intense longing for her sister.
Aww.
She became severely depressed and stopped eating. Before too long, she was transferred to a mental asylum in Rouen, where she later died from starvation. Like, she legit just started to waste away. And that was in the 18th of May, 1937.
Wow.
Yeah, which is pretty sad. Leah, on the other hand, she was released from prison in 1941. Her sentence was reduced to 8 years for good behaviour because she didn't have no one to dominate her anymore, you know.
And there was a war on at that point, so...
She moved and started to live her life in the town of Notts, where she joined her mum, so she don't move back with the bitch, and started to earn her livelihood as a hotel maid under a false name. Like, what the frig? Well, I guess you stick to what you know, but like...
And she probably was slightly dominated by her mother, and that made her feel comfortable because...
Yeah.
She can't think for herself, and that's okay because that's what the downside is. Can you hear the dog right now? He's just like totally eating the cat food.
Yeah. It is
him.
so loud and clear in this.
Yeah.
And then she later died, apparently, there's two theories on this. All right. So one theory, she died in 1982.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Do you want to hear the other one that I just find a little bit hilarious?
Yeah, go on.
And like how?
Okay, go.
Apparently, the other theory is that she died in 2001.
How old would this bitch have been at this point?
She was born in 1911. She was born. Apparently, she died in 2001, right? A documentary guy. I wish I had his name. Anyway, here I'll put the documentary and stuff in our show notes. He did a documentary. And he did some research and went to an island, I think.
She'd be 90.
In Greece, I think it was.
Yeah.
And found her, because there was like rumors that there was a lady with her name and, you know, all this stuff, similar history. And he went and seen her, showed her the documentary. she couldn't talk because she had suffered a pretty bad stroke and was pretty paralyzed from it, which is a bit sad. Because she couldn't talk, she couldn't confirm anything, but apparently they feel like, he feels anyway, that it was her, because after he showed her the documentary, she kind of was like, showed some form of like, oh my God, that's me. I don't know how you would show it without verbalizing that, but he is so adamant.
So he was adamant that her facial expressions led to her going, that's totes me.
And she ended up passing, I think, from another stroke in 2001.
Oh,
so there's two theories, 2001 or 1982.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's that's the Papin Sisters. Now, you wanted female killers.
I did.
I literally had a hat with names, and me and Mum were going through the names, and me and Mum were Googling, like, at the start of the week. And we were sitting there Googling, and Mum's like, oh, my God, there's so many. And I'm like, yeah, but a lot of them are baby killers. Like, for real, nurses, midwives.
I don't want to hear about the babies dying.
No, I don't want to either. So I was like, okay, there's a lot of these that I'm just like hell-naring because of this.
I did find another one, and it was only because I remember hearing about her on one of your YouTube things that I've watched with you.
What one?
I can't think of what her name is, but we're going to the Deep South. I want to go to the Deep South next.
Of Deep South Australia or America?
America. She was I want to say madam, but she had, so what she used to do was she had, because I was watching something and I think I literally got like the last 10 minutes of it, and they were walking past this beautiful big building in like Old Town, Louisiana, in the I want to say Creole district, French district, there somewhere, right? And I think they're two separate sections. Anyway, and it's like this lovely building. It's like 3 or 4 things like you're saying.
Yeah.
For the Papin's house.
Yeah.
And what you didn't realise, what the public didn't realise, is she owned a lot of slaves, and like the basement.
Okay, so do you want to talk about like the one that they talked about on American Horror Stories, where she like messed up her slaves and then would use their blood as her face masks? And she would do that in her attic.
Oh, that's
and that was
interesting.
in, oh my God, where do we want to go? And they throw the beads
On Bourbon Street.
Or there's another one, and I thought it'd be over in the UK because it's like Elizabeth somebody. I'm pretty sure it is over there. I could be wrong. And her husband built her a torture chamber in her basement.
Well, we can do both. But
Elizabeth
the one,
somebody.
yeah, the one I'm thinking
She's like
of,
super royal.
yeah, is
Like-
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
She used to bathe in the blood of virgins
Bethari or
because it
Bethari?
kept her plump.
So they
and
called her like something
pretty.
vampire.
Yeah. Vampire or something. No, that's another thing. That's a cartoon. Never mind. No, I reckon we do both, but I want to go to the Deep South and investigate the lady, have a yarn about the lady that done that stuff.
Okay.
Like she used to like fully like, and it's this beautiful building and you'd go in and you wouldn't think anything of it, but like upstairs there's like slaves being tortured as fuck.
Yeah. All right.
And like, you know, creepy dicky shit. But let's go back to the sisters now.
Okay. Go. Give me your theory.
I just feel like there was a missed opportunity for these 3.
What, they'll be nuns?
No. So we're in France, we're in Paris,
Yeah.
ish. As soon as she started saying their ages and what they were doing, my first thought was, fuck that shit, run off to the Moulin Rouge. Sex, drugs, and partying. I mean, what could be more better for a fucking 19-year-old than that?
True.
And if their sister's doing freaky shit, do you know how much money they could have fucking made? Like, it was a missed opportunity financially for these 3, honestly.
Finally, they started an OnlyFans.
Exactly my fucking point. Like, why didn't they go to a life of prostitution? Honestly, I don't know. I feel like they would have made more money doing freaky sister shit that way, and then no one would have cared.
Yeah, I don't know. I think maid work is more of an honest job.
Of course it fucking
Even
is.
though prostitute has been around since day dot. And is one of
It's
the
oldest profession.
Yeah. I give props to them that do that because that's a hell of a job. I could not do it.
Absolutely. It'd be horrible.
As long as y'all are safe.
It would be really horrible, and it would be filled with lots of terrible things. But their lives would have been a lot different, and they would have hit a lot of their creepy murdery shit a lot longer.
Like, I'm sure there's girls out there and fellas that love to do it.
I just feel it was a missed opportunity on their behalf.
Yeah. All I gotta say is just be safe with that one. Be safe.
They could have been killing dudes all the time and not caring.
They could have been like, I'm gonna take your money.
Or was it Paris in the 30s, in the 20s?
Yeah, in the 30s. Well, it would have been like 20s, 30s, like, I don't know.
Still doing it.
Okay, so that is the dog drinking in the background. That is so loud through the mic. I can hear it. Usually April wears the headphones, but today I am, and it's like, wow. That is some ASMR shit right there.
Nothing I can do about it. He has to stay inside till the fence is fixed.
Yeah, so we had some crazy weather last week, and it's like mini cyclone kind of weather out here. It's pretty full on, and my sister's fence that separates her to her neighbor fell during it. Like, she FaceTimed me and was like, watch my fence go.
Yeah.
And
watch, it's dancing. Crack.
So, thank gosh, the neighbours are super chill with having this, like, giant dog, like, hang out, because he goes and sits on their veranda whenever she's outside, and he's just, like, he's such a beautiful natured dog, but it's just so funny watching this, like, big, awkward mother Ventura gallop over this wooden fence and go and sit there and just want nothing but love from her, because I'm just like, we're so happy and lucky that she loves dogs, and she's so down to have him chill with her whenever she's outside, because he literally will cry because he's inside or over at my house with our dogs. But when he's here, if he sees her or knows she's outside, he cries and throws a tantrum. It's like, just open the door.
He does.
So, yeah. So he's mainly inside, but at the moment he's not really caring. He's loving it because we just got him like this hammock thing. It's pretty cool to say dog camper bed. He is loving it at the moment. But yeah, anyway, that's enough about the dog. Yeah, all right, so we'll do that. I do see what you mean about I
feel it was a missed opportunity, and they could have been a lot better off for a lot longer, because let's face it, those who go see the prostitutes were seen as those of questionable morals, and their deaths never really got investigated. So,
well, if they were in England, was Jack the Ripper around then?
I think he was earlier than that. I feel like he was in the 1890s. Like a little earlier.
I do want to do a Jack the Ripper case.
Well, we should.
Because there's theories that he came to Australia.
Yes, I have seen those things.
So I kind of want to dive into that one. I am going to do the female Leatherface, which is Catherine McKnight, who is Australian.
That sounds gross.
Oh, it is.
Ugh.
Mum was reading it and was like nearly gagging, and she couldn't. I know exactly who she was talking about. I do want to do her simply because it's Australia.
Well, I mean, why not?
Yeah, bitch was crazy. Like, goddamn. I wanted to do her for this one, but Mum picked out the sisters, and she picked out the Elizabeth one at the same time. So I was like, oh, we'll do the sisters. Like,
fair enough. So what happened to the father? Do we know what happened to the dad? Was he with Clemence at the end when Leah went back to her?
No. So when the girls went to the orphanage, they divorced.
Okay.
So I don't know if it was they divorced and then the girls went, or if they went and then they got divorced, but there was a divorce around that time.
Because I do remember, maybe this is like more modern, this story, but I do remember like reading shit about like, the old days, and like how if divorce happened, then like the kids, if like the mother, because they'd always stay with the mother, if the mother wasn't financially able to cope, then they'd go to like work homes and shit.
Yeah. I think it was along those lines, but I feel like because he had sadly raped Amelia, I reckon it was like that happened and then the divorce.
Okay, so maybe Amelia stayed as a nun. She doesn't need to do prostitution because that's fucked up. She already went through some shit. But the other two creepy ones could make a lot of money doing weird shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, Paris in the 20s would have been fucking awesome.
The fashion.
Oh.
The food. I like really want to know.
I just want to travel back to Moulin Rouge back then.
Oh yeah, that would have been so much fun. Like, I want to know, like, for real, are they making chocolate legit out of celery? Because I seen it once and I was like, is this like for real?
No, it's drop bears, Jess.
Oh, shut up. I was so
It's like the drop bears. I know.
Man.
It's like people are like, legit, that's a thing. It's fucking not.
That's bullshit. It needs to be a thing. Like a chef, somebody needs to do a chocolate recipe with celery.
I think the worst you're going to get is
like
carob.
Celery and Nutella. Is that going to be it?
No,
Probably.
they'd have to change the chemical make for celery to taste like chocolate, because chocolate is the cocoa bean, isn't it? Yes.
Yes. No.
I may not be a smart man, but I know that chocolate comes from a bean.
Oh, man.
So that was interesting. That's like just like weird. I want to know what the eye gouging thing is. Like, what the fuck was that about?
I don't know. Like, legit, she even tried to do her own. So
What,
like,
is she going into like some psychosomatic
yeah.
thing? No, that's nearly lyrics to the song. You know, like, is she doing like some weird shit? And
No, I think like, because some people, like when you go to kill somebody, choking them and strangling them is quite an intimate thing. All right, because you're in their space and you're up close. And
you could like lick their nose if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you know, you do what you want. Like,
That'd just
you
be
safe
creepier.
words. I don't fucking know.
Well,
It was a dingleberry. I don't know.
no, that just sounds unhygienic.
It does. You know, it's a very intimate thing because they're going to stare back at you while you stare deeply.
So what, you pull their eyeballs out first and then you strangle them.
Yeah, I think it's like a guilty thing. Like,
Don't look at me.
Don't
while
look at me. Look away.
Well, that's kind of, isn't the whole point of murdering someone watching the light go out? I mean,
That's if you're a true psychopath.
well, I mean,
So I would do it like that. Be like, damn, motherfucker, damn.
well, yeah. I
Like,
mean,
let me rip your heart out so you can see it bleed too. Like, let's do this. If you're going to do it right.
well, you know.
But you know, whatever. That's just me. That's just me. I don't know. I'm cut from a different cloth, I guess.
I'm sure you're not doing it for the right reasons if you're not watching that. That is fucked up.
No, we did at the same time. Jinx. Yeah, no,
Does that show that they have a conscience somewhere in there? Or is it just that they're still crazy?
I think they're just crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. My theory is that they do their eye gouging because there's been heaps of cases that they rip the eyes out because it's like they're looking at me like, don't look at me while I do this horrible thing. Don't do it. You know what I mean? Like, look away. You're not going to look away. I'm going to rip your fucking eyes out.
Right, okay.
But the fact that they put them on the stairs, like the one eye.
Did they mean to, or did they just drop it?
No, they meant it.
Like, what was the reason for the other one under her?
I don't know, like, I see you, I'm winking, I don't know.
Okay.
Like, for real though, like, that would be honestly terrifying.
Ugh.
Walking up the stairs and then seeing, like, a googly eye stare back at you, I'd be like, well, lucky I didn't fucking stand there. Like,
Ugh. Oh, you would have just slipped and fell back down the stairs.
and there would have been 3 dead in the house.
You take all the police with him.
Like, yeah, no, thank you. I'm not okay with that.
No, that's weird.
Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I think if I was going to do that, I don't know. I would probably make more of a statement. Be real dramatic, because, like, fuck it. It's going to get put out into the world. Doing dramatic shit like that.
You're going to go to jail or you're going to die.
Yeah.
So you might as well
be full.
Go big or go home.
Yeah, commit.
Right,
Send it.
I'm with you.
Do
Send
you.
it. Yeah, that's it.
Send it.
That's it. Scroll on, off you go. Yeah.
Next video.
That's the one.
I think, like, the 2 main podcasts that I listen to is Cult Leader and Morbid, and they talk about the case on both of them. Where I first heard it was on Cult Leader, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I looked into it, and then I heard it on Morbid, and I was like, what the frick? What is with the eyes?
Yeah, it's
like, it's such a weird thing, but, like, you talk about it, you know.
It's something memorable from the case.
Exactly. And with their bare hands, man.
Like, just the fact that, okay, so...
Like, straight up, like,
get
I'm
to
just
the
thinking
point
of
where,
my nails, like, getting, like, the goo out from under my nails.
Feeling the pressure of the eyeball between, like, your finger between the eyeball and the skull.
Let me do it to you.
No. But, like, you'd have to,
just
like,
try it.
not want to gag and just continue it, like,
Rage. Like,
yeah, it'd just be, like, blackout rage.
Yeah.
That's the only way you'd be able to do it with your hands, surely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because otherwise I'd want a spoon. Like, you can get a spoon behind there.
Yeah, we'll just go get me a spoon real quick.
I'll get you the big dessert spoon. It's got the nice curve.
Yeah.
Get the nice one.
Yeah, no.
That's creepy. Creepy French sisters.
Yeah, well, That was really nothing to the ones I found with the women. The women seem to be, of course, because women are gangster, ours are way more crazy. But a lot of them, again, are like, let's kill disabled people. Let's kill old people. Let's kill lots of babies. Like, went through some cases where it was like, oh, I work at a baby farm. I'm just going to kill like 400 infants because I just feel like I can.
Wait, what the fuck's a baby farm?
Oh, my G.
Don't swallow and look at me. What is a baby farm?
Okay.
Is it everything I'm imagining? Like, is there women stuck like Matrix style in a bed and they're just popping out babies?
No. You know what a baby farm is? Think of Sons of Anarchy when they go to Ireland and go get their son back.
Oh, fuck them.
What would Gemma do? I know what Gemma would.
Pull a gun out and shoot and just, yep.
I love Gemma.
Yes.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
It's a baby farm. But see, like they call like puppy farms, like lots of female dogs giving birth all the time.
Yeah, that's what
like,
made me think, what is there, like rooms of women in stirrups just popping out kids?
No, because firstly, children take 9 months.
Yeah.
Ish. Depending. I don't know. Good luck with that. Like, fuck going any longer than 9 months with a thing inside you.
Can't we just, like, give them steroids like the chickens grow fast?
Oh, my God, no. It does not work like that. If it did, there'd probably be more
efficiency. The farm needs to be more efficient.
Like, I can see you having kids in, like, the science test tube way because, like, for real, like, I love you, but, like, the way you talk about them, like, that's how I feel. You being like, oh, look at you go, like a sea monkey.
You're going to grow into a human one day.
Looking good there, sport.
Yeah, I don't do little people.
No.
They need to be able to lean on the sink and... If you're tall enough to reach the sink, you can wash the dishes and roll spring rolls, and I'm going to teach you things.
That's right. That's fine.
It means you can clean the skirting boards. I sound like our grandmother.
You do. Holy.
Oh, but I digress. The Papin Sisters, interesting as fuck.
Yeah.
Missed opportunity. Financially, they would have been a lot better off if they went to be prostitutes. And
could you imagine if they all went to nuns?
Well, I mean, maybe then, but then again, I don't know. Well,
like they would have just lived their days out.
Yeah, they would have just. But they might have been a lot more happy, peacefully in their soul, being nuns.
Or Christine would have just decided to shoot up the place.
Maybe that's why she became a nun. Get me away from these.
Well, Amelia became the nun, but Christine was like the crazy psychopath that was like, oh my God.
But maybe she would have like not if she went there.
Maybe she could have become like obsessed with God then.
Well, yeah,
and being like that.
And Leah might have been her own person.
But I don't think so. My feeling is they would have done their thing and been like us against the world. And she probably would have decided to be crazy.
I still think, yeah, definitely, yeah.
All right, guys. That's it for this week's episode of Murder and Things. Next week, we're probably going to come to you with something from the South. Yeah, hot dog. But we'll just see how that happens. And yeah, we hope you guys have another wonderful week and all that jazz, spirit fingers and craziness. And everyone stay safe in this crazy bloody world.
Gouge eyes out.
Yeah, let's not do that. Like, if you're gonna like be crazy and like murder, like
commit to it. Keep the eyes in.
Keep the eyes in. Like, commit and be creepy. Just like stare back at them deeply. I don't know.
It just reminds me of that joke about, what do I do with the...
Just take a selfie.
Well, I mean, hashtag death dads. The dentist's got his fingers in your mouth and you just like lick his finger or something. Yeah. It's like, it's weird. What are you doing?
Stop asking me questions.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyway, that was interesting. That was creepy. We learned some shit about you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
well, fuck it. If you're going to commit and you're going to do it, fucking commit, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
That's the one. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. All right, y'all. You guys have a wonderful fucking week, and we'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.